What's the deal, everybody? Welcome back to Rated R for Review, where we are today actually breaking down the classic 2005 Fantastic Four versus the new one that came out. We did a review on it last week, and yeah, today we're actually went back and watched the OGs so that we could actually have a conversation about how they did, compare and contrast. Also, shout out to Tiffany Ned, Goat James, and the host of this channel, DJ. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
you got any intro thoughts before I kind of have a thought, but I want to yeah, hear if you got any thoughts off front before we hop into it.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're
go
into
ahead.
it. All right, so I was thinking this would actually be pretty dope if we did this. If we compared character for character comparisons. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, each person going all the way through how we think each person was represented and how they did, and last but not least, the actual story of yeah what we think. So yeah.
Okay. No, I like that idea. What's funny is I'm working backwards. So I saw the one that came out in theaters first, then went back to see the older one. So to me, I almost feel like I'm comparing it in the reverse order that probably everybody else was familiar
Mm,
with it already compared it in. So
okay, okay. That's true. So I'm gonna start. I'm biased, so I'm gonna start with like the Johnny Storm or the Human Torch first because
okay.
I think the OG Johnny Storm. I think he's just freer. He's younger. He has less rules. He's less mature, and that's just more fun to watch. So I think
Yeah.
watching him younger seems more fun, but it does. Outside of the fact that I just think Chris Evans might have just played a better Human Torch. I do feel like they did a good job with his direction. I feel like he actually grew up in the other Fantastic Four. So I was like, it was good to see the progression, but as far as like fun, I'm like, yeah, I think I had more fun with the throwback Johnny Storm for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Because what's funny is since I saw the one that came out in theaters first,
Mm-hmm.
um, I liked him. I was like, oh, okay, like he's cool. And you actually said you were like, yeah, but the original though, like he was like you kind of hyped him up, and I was like, okay, we'll see. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Nah, he killed his role. So in both of them, just yeah, the first one and the second one, like
That's right.
I
Yeah,
agree.
we are comparing like the original and the Silver Surfer one. So just yeah, so that's worth keeping in mind too. So yeah, I forgot
Hmm.
the movies.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who's up next on the list? Are we going where we going to go? Sue Storm, or do we want to go the Thing next? What's your who's your take?
Well, I kind of want to pause for a second. So staying on the Johnny on the
Mhm.
Human Torch, what do you feel like he did better? What's his name? What's the original guy's name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Okay, so what do you feel like Chris Evans did as far as certain scenes, like scenes that was supposed to make him stand out? Like, what do you feel like he did either better or worse from the one that just came out versus the OGs?
Mm, I think he had a better chemistry with everyone else. Like when I think of Johnny Storm in the new one, and then I think of him with like the Thing, or really anybody, I just kind of felt like he was the younger brother that no one was paying attention to.
Mm,
Like, but when I think of this one, I'm like, he really did get on the Thing's nerves. Like I could see the dynamic of like the Thing going through a real crisis of I don't even look human, while the Human Torch gives him no room to breathe. Like it's actually
hmm.
but I also felt like he had a real relationship with his sister too. Like I felt like there were times where it's like, they had a kind of a
Yeah.
sibling moment talking about you look beautiful today, like on the wedding, and like dad would be proud. Like there was stuff that I
Hmm.
felt like this is his sister. And even just how he would kind of joke around with Stretch or Mr. Fantastic, like I felt like he did have a place in the Fantastic Four and wasn't just the guy that could chase down people when they started flying off. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I felt like he was better integrated. So that's one reason for sure.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I think, like you said earlier, like he was younger then. As far as even the storyline, it's like not just he's a younger person, but the story was covering the early phases
Mm,
of the whole situation. It's like, because once he's more matured, it's like he's already been being told, like, oh, he's the guy that's just, chasing the girls, or it's
yeah.
like you mature. It's kind of funny because it's like once you get a little more mature, you could seem a little more boring almost because
Hmm.
you're more matured. You're not making all the same dumb decisions. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I think that was something that I'm like, I do think he had a better actor, but I do think it worked against him that this actor had to play a more mature version of the same character because I'm like, I would have still expected him and the Thing to kind of have like this love hate relationship, like banter. But I'm like, I don't think I
Mhm.
saw that in the new one. I kind of felt like he wasn't witty. Like he really just felt like a solid character. But I'm like, everyone else had room to grow, and I kind of felt like they just kind of gave him he fell in love with the Silver Surfer chick, and did a little research on the side, and like he had a job, but it just didn't seem connected in the same way that like he was in the older ones.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I just agree. I agree.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting to see the Human Torch, the one that played in the one that just came out, to see him actually play the role of the guy from back then.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I'd be curious if he had to hold back because of his role, or if he actually is like just not as interesting.
Because I
Yeah.
remember that exact line when he literally said in the movie, he was like, "Yeah, y'all, like, I know, everyone thinks I'm just this," or,
Yeah.
and it's like, but yeah, if he had to just be that, not like, kind of like
He used to be.
you're being redundant. We know how you are, and he's trying to grow up. It's like, well, how would he have been if he was in his prime? Like, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that.
That's another thing, kind of a sidebar about this, but I felt like I genuinely feel like this new Fantastic Four is the end of a trilogy for these last two movies. Like I feel like this really is 4 years later. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just that they recast the actors, but that's something I can genuinely say about everybody before we get into them individually is like everybody does feel like the next step from the old movies. Like Johnny Storm should not be chasing women as hard because he's got them all now. Like he's old,
Mhm.
he's grown up. Um, yeah, getting into the other characters, I feel like they all actually progressed from the story that we just got done watching. So yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree.
yeah.
Okay, well, we got Human Torch Johnny out of the way. Let's look at somebody else. Who's next?
Oh no, give me the next one.
All right, let's do Sue.
All right, Sue Storm.
I love
Uh,
Jessica Alba. Okay,
you love
I
what?
Jessica Alba. When I found out, when we started watching it, I found out Jessica Alba was playing the role. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm sold already." Like I
I'm
had
already
no idea.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, she's.
yeah. I mean,
I'm obsessed. Like I love her.
yeah. This is one of those times where I actually think it flips though. Outside of Jessica Alba just being fine, like I do think I liked the character of a more matured human, or no, sorry, Invisible Woman, because she's like, especially I think maybe it's just the
No, you're
second.
right.
Like she was kind of chasing the she was chasing a nobody in the first movie. Like she was just in a relationship with Doctor. Like it, she seemed like a trophy. To be real, like I don't
Hmm.
know what she was doing, but she was there. Like she wasn't a bad character. She just seemed like the girl to get. Like, and in the second movie, she just really wanted a wedding, while knowing she's a superhero. So I'm like,
That's the thing,
but
because she was already married. Like in the not the second one of the OGs, but like the one that just came out, she was married already. Like it started
yeah,
off with her already being settled and in a in the marriage with Mr. Fantastic. So it's like, okay, like
Yeah.
they're older, they're more matured. It's like, but it's actually, I don't know. So yeah, yeah, more matured because she, I feel like she had some growing moments as well, like just in her how she felt her emotions, and but she was still very emotional. So I feel like they kept that same energy. Like she
Yeah,
was,
she didn't. Yeah, she didn't lose her humanity, but I
yeah,
felt like she had a lot to learn that she just didn't learn in the first two movies that we're talking about. Like, she really wanted this wedding. The question was, how can we balance our
oh,
superhero
that got on
lives
my
and raise this
nerves.
kid? Yeah, and it's like,
That
well,
annoyed me.
it seems like they solved it, and 4 years later, she's just about the life now. So I actually like that she can stand in front of a crowd and make a speech that says, basically, y'all are I'm not giving up my family and I'm not giving up the world. Like that's a statement she would not have made in the first two movies. Like,
Right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, like she's grown in a way that I'm just like salute because I just respect her as a character better. Like, yeah. I have no idea how she pushed over the end boss into a
Yeah.
corner. But like I watched all the movies now, and I'm like, she was holding up a Ferris wheel in that other movie. There's no way she pushed a galactic.
And was struggling.
I
Right. She was struggling. It's like Galactus destroys planets and she's struggling to hold a Ferris wheel, but she defeats him.
was like, that or she been in the gym for 4 years, and for real, like,
Right. Talk about maturity.
yeah, nah, she grew for sure.
Maybe she grew in her powers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, she did something right because yeah, I don't know, she doing something else, especially fresh off of giving birth. But hey, it
Yeah.
is what it is. I don't know how superpowers work. So yeah.
Wait, so
Um.
this is super random. But maybe this could be the next person that we compare. So this probably wasn't even on the list, but I'm about to add it in. Galactus. I want
Oh,
to do a comparison with Galactus.
we should go ahead and throw the Silver Surfer in there too. Then,
Yeah,
but
we should, because I'm
okay,
confused. I'm super confused. Like
okay.
you know what? I need to ask questions and let you just answer this one. So two things. Galactus. No, let me. I was gonna say Galactus and Silver Surfer, but Galactus in the one that just came out in theaters.
Mhm.
Galactus was this. They hyped him up the whole movie, and then you finally see him, and I mean, he was big. He was a big. I don't even know what he was, but he was, kind of like personified as like this big, gigantic, uh, just I don't know, space monster. Okay,
Yeah,
but then in the earlier ones, they when they finally show the Silver Surfer go and defeat Galactus, he kind of just or the surfer goes into this rumbling cloud and says this is Galactus, but they never personify him. So are these the same characters? Like what's going on?
yeah. I think for sure the second adaptation. So the newer one is a more accurate representation of like who Galactus has been, which is a
Mm,
gigantic force that is not to be played with. But I think earlier, and I don't know if that's just like the CGI budget or the fact that like if he's a real person then we actually have to fight him. Like, how do you explain? So I think they really just treated Galactus like a natural disaster, a
that's what it
cosmic
seemed
natural
like. Yeah.
disaster, that was actually choosing its targets. Where I'm like, no, he is a person, but I understand. It's one of those things where I'm like, if you treat him like a cosmic disaster, then you don't have to explain the fact that um, the Silver Surfer just, you know what I mean, like flew into him and solved the problem. But it's like it does get a little. It's one of those things where the new Fantastic Four had a better villain, but the old Fantastic Four actually had a better solution to the problem because they never actually described him. You know what I mean? Like the Silver Surfer really can't just fly in there and say, "I win because I'm strong." But I'm like, once you know what I mean? Like once you actually make him a person, you got to deal with it. And now it's like, well, how did four superheroes who normally fight crime fight a galactic threat and win. Like, so yeah, it seems like a pick your poison kind of moment. But yeah, Galactus is definitely represented different in both movies. I'm surprised that that's something else. Maybe we're kind of bleeding into the plot, but I'm like, how they really did just make the same movie twice. Like
Right.
they reskinned the Silver Surfer as a female, and then they, like just had Galactus come back. Like I was like, oh, hold on, this is I've seen this before. So that was funny too.
Yeah, the fact that I watched it in the reverse is funny because I feel like I downgraded. I feel like I watched them show Galactus as a personified space monster person, and then I watched the originals, and I'm like, it's just a cloud.
Yeah,
I mean,
for this tornado.
yeah, I'm
Towards
like,
Earth.
oh, okay. It's like, you know what it made me think of? Um, it made me think of like Hercules, where like the Greek, like the gods of like when they, personify something
Like the
versus
Titan.
it being like, yeah, like the Titans, like release the Titans. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, are they actual real people or did ancient people just describe it in this way, but really it was a volcano eruption? It's like, or it was a lot of thunder going on, but they personified it. Like that's what that reminded me of with Galactus in the new one being the monster versus or the real personified person versus him being just like a tornado cloud.
Yeah, nah, that's fair. Also, to African Gamer, we don't have a link for these on Wednesdays. Is when we have the actual links where you can hop up and jump in the thing with us. But you just got to listen to his chat for this one, man. I'm sorry, but yeah, come back tomorrow, and yeah, you can definitely hop in the chat. But yeah, what was I gonna say?
I think we can actually bring him in. Actually,
Oh, snap. Oh,
yeah,
my bad, my bad. I don't know how to do that. That's on me.
yeah, yeah. No,
I'm
me neither.
not the host, so that's on me too.
Yeah, I was actually working that out on the back end.
Gotcha. All right, well, hang tight, African Gamer. We're gonna see what we can do.
Yeah, so let's go through them and then yeah, we'll open it up in a second or
Gotcha.
after we finish.
Okay. All right, so let's save our main man for the end. So let's go with the Thing. Yeah, what are your initial thoughts on the difference between him and the first and first, second, and third movies? We still need to watch that other movie, by the way.
The one with Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't watch that one. We were supposed to, but we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I liked the original Thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock man. What's his name?
The Thing. I mean, that is
the Thing. Ben, right? Ben.
Oh, Ben Grimm. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, I like the original Ben. I think, well, what it is though, I think it's because of the fact that we got to know his story.
Yeah.
Like actually seeing his, not just him at like his identity as the rock guy. It's like, because that's what a lot of people were saying when we covered it last time. A lot of people were like, oh, they were like, yeah, like this is what happened to him when he was in the space shuttle or the spaceship, but he was outside. And it's like, oh, and then he also, he lost his wife. And, and it's like, I think you fall in love with his character when they show that. But if you come in like how I did, you come in on the new ones, you're like, oh, okay. Like I saw him as a superhero that's just this, like almost like the Hulk. Like if you didn't know the Hulk story, but he's just this powerful, strong rock man that just smashes things. It's like, okay. But the first one, or the first two, I should say, the originals really allowed me to see his personality and his story. And so, yeah, it hands down, the original to me is better.
That's a
hey.
What's
happening? Hey, do you guys know how to drop the link? Are you guys dropping the link or no?
Can you do it?
Yeah, I know how to do it. I just want to make sure. I mean, it's y'all show, so y'all don't have to if y'all don't want to. But I know AG. AG, he one of the homies.
Okay, yeah. If yeah, we can drop it for sure. I don't know how to do it. So
All right, yeah. This is for African gamer. He cool. He shows up on my Lakers channel like all the time. So he ain't one of those fools that's gonna mess up the stream. So he cool.
okay, right.
Mhm.
Alrighty. So,
What were you saying, Jay?
all right. So we did the Rock guy. So what are your thoughts on which one is better?
Oh yeah, that's right. I think it's funny hearing your take because I'm like, it's the fact that I think both of them, like, it's one of those things where I grew up knowing the Thing's story and what his situation was, and watching him struggle to be okay with not being seen as a human almost. So like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm glad they skipped it for this new movie because I've already seen it. Like I've been waiting for him.
Yeah.
I need him to need a break. You know what I mean? I'm like, I watched him struggle picking up his wedding ring. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you've been through enough. So to actually see him as like kind of the strong man, like village hero that everyone can get behind, I'm like, you've earned this. Like, so to
Mm,
me, it's been a long time coming to see the Thing not struggling. But to me, I'm like, but you'd have to actually know his story because I'm like, yeah, like
yeah, I didn't know literally anything. I was coming in with a blank slate. Yeah.
yeah, like watching him in this movie felt like, man, it's about time. It's been 4 years. Like he's coming to himself as the Thing. He's not switching between it every movie. Like I was just kind of like, yeah, this is needed. Like I'm glad he's found peace. You know, like, but,
Hmm.
but I do think he's way more interesting when you're watching him cope with, the same way Johnny Storm is like, yo, I love my powers. Why don't y'all want them? Like, it's like he gets the best end of this. He turns into a flaming, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
showboater, while the Thing turns into the bottom of the barrel. And so it's like that contrast sits hard. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, watching the Human Torch grow up and the Thing actually, like, find his place in the world felt good to watch. But it shouldn't have the same payoff if you haven't seen him struggle. So I get you
Yeah.
there.
No, yeah, I feel like I got the full story after going back to watch the original. So I can see why you would say that. Like, and yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Well, we have African Gamer in the building.
Bring him up.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
good, y'all? What's good?
All
What's
right.
good?
What's the deal?
Hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. You got any thoughts on what we've been talking about so far?
Man, give me like 5 minutes.
Mm,
Actually, no, I can talk for a little bit.
okay.
But I just got a class. I'm about to get some food because obviously it's pretty late where I'm at. But yeah, I just want to touch up on pretty much what you just said. Like the first one really shows the struggle, at least for the Ben. It shows in the first one, the first film, it shows the struggle of his he shows the struggle of him because even in the movie, like so much of the plot happened of him, like in the first one how he was mad at Reed because he wasn't like doing whatever equation it was to turn him back into like a normal like a normal human again.
Mhm.
And then also in, like I said, they kind of show it in this one, but they don't. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, for sure.
Cool. Well, here we could fill in the last member of the squad while we wait.
Yeah, that way because that'll end up covering everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got what's his name? Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. What are your thoughts on him? I was a huge fan of his growth, but I want to hear what are your thoughts?
Honestly, I feel like he is the hardest one to diagnose,
Okay.
to choose between because I liked him in both.
Yeah. No, I think they cast him perfect twice. I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Okay, I'm back.
oh, all right. Yeah, so
Welcome.
all we did was we just brought what's his name, Mr. Fantastic into the mix. So now we have everybody that we've introduced now. So yeah, what's your thoughts on whoever you want to talk about?
But yeah, back to the thing. But like I said, they showed in this one, but they don't really go into depth. They show like little glimpses of it. Like for example, when he wants to approach that girl that was like the school teacher or whatever, and he like turns back around. Like they show that, and then they show the scene where it shows him watch. You know how like back in the day, not everyone had a TV, so they used to go to the glass, the store where everyone had all the TVs, and they would watch the TV through the glass, and it shows him like before he turned into the rock guy, and then the TV shuts off, and then it's just him looking in the reflection of the glass as him as the rock thing. Like they show sort of glimpses of it, but they don't really go into depth of it. This first original movies, it's actually, I say, part of the plot, not part of the plot, but as y'all know, the thing, Ben was mad at Reed because he wasn't developing like whatever equation for the machine for him to turn him back into like the normal, for him to turn him back into like the normal person. And then he realizes at the end, like he has to be the thing to, help save, to help with his family fight against Dr. Doom.
Right.
So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and then I mean, like I said, pretty much honestly, everything else outside of that was pretty much just a replica. Because like I said, the Human Torch guy, he was happy he was the Human Torch, just like he was when in the first one. He was happy to be the Human Torch. The yeah, I mean, yeah, everything's pretty much cool. You know what I mean? It's pretty much the same, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a good film though.
Yeah. Nah, I'm with you on that. There's a lot of like, what's the word for it? It's the 4 year time skip where they basically like I'm almost convinced they just said, yo, we're gonna finish the trilogy. Like there was a 2005 movie, there's a 2007 movie, and in 2025 we're gonna make that third movie where they've been in the game for a while. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like they didn't rehash out like Ben's story or Torch's story or anybody's story. They just kind of said, yo, we're gonna skip ahead. But that's how I feel about Spider-Man movies too. I'm like, man, I don't want to watch Uncle Ben die again. Like I'm gonna just be real. Like if y'all gonna show Uncle Ben one more time, y'all better save him. Like that's how I almost feel about it now.
Right.
So I'm like with the thing, I'm kind of like, dang, I've been waiting for you to have a good day, like because you've been struggling, dog. Like all your movies are tough. So the fact that I'm like, oh yeah, the thing actually gets a good. He's just part of society. Like he's almost like your neighborhood hero now. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, but yeah, I feel you because they literally didn't explore anybody's origin story. They
Yeah,
literally skipped it. So
I,
yeah,
that's how these new movies are starting to come now, man. Like even with that new Superman movie, which in my opinion was complete dog water. My person, like, okay, like I said, it wasn't a bad film though. But like I said, what people don't do and what I hate is that people are so quick to trash these new movies. But I really be feeling like I feel like it starts off as like a marketing gimmick just to boost the sales of like the other movie, of the newer movies. Because if you really just go from like timeline to timeline, the newer movies explained the origin of how most how the story
Oh, thing cut
in
out.
that within like a I'm trying to, if y'all like, so for example, in the newer Superman, they explained the description of Krypton in like 25 minutes. In the older Fantastic Four movies, they explain how they got their powers within like an hour. They don't really do that in these new movies. They just throw you into the plot.
right.
Like I hate that about the new movies, and people will sit here and say the newer movies are. I'm like, I mean, visually maybe, but storyline wise, no way, man. Just absolutely no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when they can execute well, like I love when they take their time with a story. I just feel like it's almost like something changed. Like the movies back then, they would be able to, it's almost as if it's the pacing. They take their time with the story, they put all the parts in there that matter, that are relevant, that keep you interested just enough, and then they get to the point. But now I feel like they struggle to do that. And not all movies, but there's just a lot of movies where I feel like they, if they're going to tell the storyline, they go in too much detail.
Mhm.
They show pieces like someone's daughter's friend's cousin, like, and it didn't even matter, and it was just a waste of watching their situation. It just be like too much detail. in my opinion. Like, I like when, and I don't even know what it is, but I like when they just execute well. Like, I know it when I see it, but I don't know how they produce it. But
There's
yeah, I agree with you. It's like it's that older movie format or layout, or framework, I should say. But it's like I feel like when they try to do that nowadays, they don't do it well. So that's probably why they don't do it because they don't know how to. Like,
yeah. There's a I think it's called Schrodinger's cat. It's something Chekhov's gun. That's what it is. Chekhov's gun. It's a trope, and it's basically like the idea that like if you see a rifle sitting on a sofa in the first scene, then you can expect to see that rifle at some point in the climax of the movie. Like, because it's the idea that nothing is shown on screen that isn't going to matter. Like, I think that's the thing that's like missing in most movies now is that idea of like
mm,
everything you show is going to be relevant. So pay attention. But it's like, as a watcher, when you're watching a movie and you're paying attention to details and you notice the writer didn't care about the stuff that was on the screen, it's like, well, why should I care? So
mhm.
I do feel like this Fantastic Four movie is the exception to me. I'm like everything they showed either mattered or they already knew you saw the originals or read the comics or something.
Yeah,
It's like we're gonna speed run this a little bit to get you to the part that matters. But I'm like, to contrast that with the Superman movie, which I haven't watched, but I feel like I've seen enough of these movies to know, like, dang, like they forgot to write the script. Or Jurassic Park is a great example. Sheesh. But yeah, like there's movies where it's like they'll show you something, you'll remember it, and then you'll realize you remembered it for no reason because they forgot about it too. And so
yeah,
I think that's the issue that almost comes up with most movies now is like I don't think every scene matters to the plot. It matters to the writer, but the writer forgets to connect it to the plot. So it becomes an issue of just consistency and continuity. But yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, hold on. So
I
yeah,
agree.
swinging back to Mr. Fantastic real quick.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he's the person I literally can't compare to each other because
It's so hard.
yeah, the immature early version of the hyper analytical, socially awkward genius is perfectly portrayed in the original. I think they literally couldn't have done it better. But then when I skip forward to the person who has been married for 4 years, who has been saving the world for 4 years, and who has had to navigate life as a superhero for 4 years, they literally cast this guy perfect. I'm like, he sounds like someone who still has some weaknesses but knows what they are. And that
Yeah,
matters. Like that's character growth too. Even if you haven't solved it, you know what your weaknesses are. And that's how you move through life. And I'm like, I see it. Like when I see that movie, I'm like, dang, this is that same character, but he's learned how to love his family while still saying, I gotta figure this out because I know I'm the smartest person in the room and everyone's counting on me. Like
hmm,
that pressure is not easy to execute I assume as an actor. I'm not an actor, but as a writer, I'm like, that's not easy to do. And they did it. And they did it well. Like 10 out of 10 twice. 20 out of 20. That's what this is.
right. Yeah, it's interesting. Like when I look at, I don't know if I just have this epiphany now, but it's probably also because I'm late to the party as far as watching the Fantastic Fours. But when I look at like Jessica Alba and just the original cast, the Fantastic Four that just came out, they are older.
Yeah.
Like that's an older woman. That is an older man, like Mr. Fantastic. Like they're older. And so just with what you're saying, I'm like, yeah, like when I look at their dynamic, even as a couple, like at
Yeah.
first I feel like, and it's interesting too because they have history in both movies. Like, even watching the original, it starts off with them already having dated prior.
Yeah.
You know, even though she was trying to talk to the, or whatever was going on with her and the other guy. But you know, her and Mr. Fantastic, Sue and Mr. Fantastic had chemistry already. They already had some kind of prior relationship. So yeah, so it's like when they have those moments where they kind of know each other already, or they make certain comments, it's like, okay, there is some history, but it was different though in the one that just came out. Like, and it's just that scene that I feel like I really felt it when it was about the baby,
Yeah.
and he said what he said about, we're gonna have to, you know, he didn't say it actually, but she was just like, you want to use the baby, and he was like, well, that's an option, like, but she was just, and he said something to her, and she was like, I know, like, and she
Yeah.
like yells it, but then she
Then
like
when
goes
it's-
invisible.
Yeah.
But it's like that she handled that in such a mature way that I feel like, but yet showed her humanity and her emotions. But I'm like, when I look at how she handled that and then go back to Jessica Alba in the original, and how Mr. Fantastic was literally putting the world on pause for the wedding.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, girl, like I was irritated watching that. Like, come on, like,
Like there was a literal helicopter losing altitude while she was trying to get the
right, like you are pressuring this man who is trying to balance a wedding or saving the universe. It's like, or not the universe, but the planet. It's like, okay, come on. But the fact that she was sensitive and emotional like early on, so once it gets to the Fantastic Four that just came out, for him to have that caution to not even want to say, you know, we're going to need to use the baby. You know, like it's like he didn't want to say it, and she was like,
Yeah.
you did figure out an answer. It's like she knew him,
Yeah.
but
No,
he was still like, they kept in character with her being this emotional person, but she was still reasonable but emotional. But it was like a matured version of her that was like, I know that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to use our child as bait, like.
Right.
But she showed emotion while also showing, obviously she went through with it. So anyway, I like how they kept everybody in character but showed the maturity.
No, I'm glad they focused on their dynamic primarily, because I'm like, that is a one-to-one comparison with the dynamic that we see in the original Fantastic Four. Like the original Reed Richards would have said his plan, and she would have said, I can't believe you can't see why this would hurt me. Like that was the dynamic they had. Is like she's very practical in the sense of emotional intelligence, and he's very ignorant in that space. So the fact that it's like he figures out, I better not hurt my wife with this statement. That's what he concludes. And then she concludes, I knows my husband, and I'm smart enough to know like what his conclusion is. So here we are. Like it's the fact that he held back and she finished the sentence. Like that's, if this was a actual trilogy, that would be a perfect character arc for both of them.
Yeah.
Like I'm convinced they just watched this movie and just did it over again. Because honestly, the Silver Surfer and Galactus are both.
Well, we still need to do that. We still need to do the Silver Surfer.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Is that the husband? Like, I don't get it. I'm so lost. Like, the Silver Surfer in the new one was a whole female, and then the Silver Surfer in the original was a whole man. So I'm like, what? That was her husband? I don't understand.
Yeah, to Sad Man Boob, you said it was a trash movie. Like, yo, grab this link, come on up. Cause yeah, like I have no stock in this movie. I didn't make it. So yeah, I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts on either. I don't know if you're talking about the OG or if you're talking about the new movie, but yeah, hop on up, grab the link, and yeah, love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, with the Hold on, wait. What was your question, Jeff?
The Silver Surfer, like, was the Silver Surfer was a female in the Fantastic Four that just came out. In the
Yeah.
original, the Silver Surfer was a male. So I'm like, did they do one of those gender switches? Was this like her husband? Like, there's two Silver Surfers. Are these the same person? Like, I don't understand what happened.
So I'm not the comic book junkie, so I don't actually know which one happened. Like, I feel like there has to be a female version of a male character because there kind of always is.
If
And so,
anybody knows, put it in the comments if you know the answer or any kind of backstory to this while we hash this out. Okay.
yeah, because I'm like, I think, for one, I think, yes, it's just convenient to reskin a person. But I'm like, as far as I can tell, they have the same powers, they have the same ability. Like, if we're just gonna say there's a silver couple out there in the cosmos,
I don't silver.
like I don't know what to do with that. Like, if that's the answer, then I don't know. But I'm familiar with the Silver Surfer, who is a male. But they brought someone in who seems to either be the husband of this cosmic destroyer who is employed by the same person, or
The husband. That's funny.
yeah, I'm not sure which one happened, but it happened. And so here we are. Like,
There's
yeah,
got to be some kind of backstory or something. Like,
yeah,
kind of like how they did. I think I brought this up last time, but how they did it with what's it called? Like the Little Mermaid. It's like, oh, there was people that were like, oh, she's black. It's like Ariel was a redhead or a white. Not well, I think she was white, but a redhead. And it's like, oh, okay, well, it's like, did they do that, but with gender? Was it like, oh, this is supposed to be the same character, but they cast it and was like, oh, let's, kind of tend to the women, and actually make the character a woman, like a female. Like,
yeah.
did they do that, or was there? Because I don't know the comics, so I'm like, is there something on the back end that I don't know about, where it's like, oh no, like the Silver Surfer had an alternate identity that you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure where to place that because I feel like there's. I don't know. This might be a hot take, but I just be wondering. I'm just like, I don't get some swaps that happen. And so I'm like, I don't mind swaps, but they have to happen with purpose. Like, I love Miles Morales but it's because they didn't make Peter Parker black. They literally wrote a different Spider-Man whose name is Miles Morales. I'm like, cool. If this is a different person with different characteristics, then let's go. But like, I'm like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm like, you can't just make T'Challa like the Black Panther a white dude or Mexican. Like, that matters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's from Africa. Like, that actually matters. So
Yeah.
I'm like, if he's silver, I'm like, I guess Silver Surfer doesn't have a gender attached to it, so why not? But yeah, I just feel like there's always like I don't know. That's one of those things where I'm like, I can't tell if this is a comic book move or if this is a actual like, like what's the problem move? Because to me, I'm like, she's written well. I wish she had actually stayed in the movie more in the new one, as far as the Silver Surfer move. But I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't. Like, it seems like everything about her story just sounds like the Silver Surfer to me. So,
Yeah.
but I also think like they made a Silver Surfer movie. I'm pretty sure in the Michael B. Jordan movie, the Silver Surfer is the villain. So maybe they were just like, we can't have the Silver Surfer 3 times. Let's mix it up. Let's make a silver female surfer. Like, I don't know if that's what happened. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, maybe I gotta watch the third one to actually have a thought. But I'm like, yeah, she casted well. I think she introduced Galactus really well. Like, I really felt like when she said, I actually think the Silver Surfer in the new movie did a better job of saying y'all are screwed than the original. Like, when she said, hey, hug your loved ones, today's your last day. I was just here to tell you that. And then she leaves. I definitely felt like, whoo, I don't know what they fighting, but this ain't a cosmic tornado. Like, I just felt like this was a bigger problem than I remember. Like, and it was. Well, until she, I guess, pushed him into a portal. But but I felt like they introduced Galactus better than they did in the original one. So
Okay,
yeah,
look, so I just looked it up on good old Chat GPT.
hey,
It says, here we go. So with the Silver Surfer, it says in the comics, Norrin Rad, whoever that is. Do you know who that is?
nah, I don't know the name, but I assume that's the guy.
Norrin Rad, and this is under comics, the comics. Norrin Rad is the original and most famous Silver Surfer. Shala Ball, Bal, Shala Ball, is a completely separate character in the comics. Norrin's love interest, later ruler of their home planet Zen-La. And then it says, in certain alternate comic storylines, Shala Ball becomes the Silver Surfer instead of Norrin. She is not Norrin in disguise or a gender swap of him. She's her own person.
Different person.
Interesting.
That what's funny is I wonder if there's a comic out there called Planet Hulk where the Hulk ends up with a silver-ish woman.
Wait, like the Hulk?
Yeah, the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, gets stranded on a world because he's been breaking too much stuff on
Wait,
Earth.
he ended up with a silver woman?
I think so, but it never occurred to me that somehow that escaped me. That a silver woman might be associated with the Silver Surfer. It's just occurring to me now.
A silver woman, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm like, well, there's not too many people who are top to bottom silver, even in gold.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
wait, what? Let me ask ChatGPT. Hold on.
Please let me know. Planet Hulk. Ask if the woman that Hulk was with in Planet Hulk was this person. I want to know this.
All right. So ChatGPT says, nope. Shala Ball, the new Silver Surfer in the MCU, what's that mean? I don't know. Is not the same woman as one from Planet Hulk. In Planet Hulk comics and animated movie, the main female character is Kyra the Old Strong. She's a Shakarian warrior with superhuman strength, durability, and a connection to the old power, a type of planetary energy. She becomes Hulk's ally, then wife, and mother to his children in that storyline. She has no connection to Silver Surfer or the planet Zen-La. So, okay.
As I was.
So there's multiple silver women from top to bottom.
She might not have been silver. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. But I feel like she was silver. But yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Good for her for not cheating on her man, I guess. With the Hulk. But,
so which Silver Surfer did you like better? The female representative or representation or the male?
I feel like the female. I think she has the advantage of being newer. Since neither of them get a lot of screen time, it almost comes down to like who got the better one-liners. And I feel like she did. Like she introduced herself as a problem better.
Mm-hmm.
I think even just her introduction, because both of them were even flying around Earth and just sort of disrupting stuff for a while. But I'm like, she was breaking the plot.
She came in like, she was hard. She came in like,
yeah,
you should be scared.
Because when the Silver Surfer originally came in, it was at the beginning of the movie of the OG one, where it's like, whatever he's doing seems like a problem and he's moving really fast. But I'm like, you care more because in the original you're kind of thinking, what is that? Who is that? We have no idea. In the new one, you're like, oh, the world just came together to find out how to solve the problem of Galactus, and we're about to launch explosion, boom, boom, boom. And you're like, is that her? Like, right. So I'm just like, yeah, like she definitely got more weight And so I feel like, yeah, she wins that like by a landslide. But I do
Mhm.
feel like it's one of those things where I'm like, it could have been played by anybody, but it runs into that Johnny Storm problem of like one person literally just got the better role. Like playing
Yeah.
old Johnny Storm that's calmed down has to be less fun than playing the one that just got his powers and is still trying to get girls. Like that just sounds more fun to me. So I'm like, yeah, a Silver Surfer that's actually disrupting the plot versus a Silver Surfer who has to be the mystery for the entire movie. Like that's two different people, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and when I think about the endings, like the ending of Silver Surfer, the Silver Surfer in the new one versus in the original, like the end of the movie, they both ended similar, like where the Silver Surfer is no longer the threat to humanity. The Silver Surfer
Mm,
decides to go against Galactus.
yeah.
And when I think about how I felt watching both scenes, to be honest, because I remember when we talked about the female Silver Surfer in the new one, and when it got to the end and Galactus was destroying everything, and then Sue Storm was trying to use her power to fight him, and
Mm,
basically the Silver Surfer, or Johnny is about to like sacrifice his life, and basically the Silver Surfer says, uh, or not says anything, but she just kind of pushes him out the way, and she don't say nothing,
she
but
says with her surfboard. Yeah.
right, she's like, yeah, she just does it. But basically, both end in a similar way where she goes to fight Galactus or to push, not even to fight him. That would have been nice to watch. It was a fight, but she just more so pushes him through the portal. And in the original, the male representation of the Silver Surfer um goes into what is that line that he said? He said, tell what's her name, Sue, because she was unconscious at the time after he kind of saved her, but he was like, tell Sue that, she was right. Like we do have a choice.
Yeah.
And then he goes into space and then flies through the tornado cloud. Like, so as far as the impact of both of those scenes, like which one do you feel like you felt more?
Man, that is so hard. Because part of me feels like I'm almost upset that the Silver Surfer got no love in both movies. Like I feel like in both instances, I would have loved to explore who he is.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, but in the second movie, I'm like, the Human Torch kind of calls her out and says, "Yo, you've been killing planets, and like, how do you feel about that? For real?" And she screams and leaves the plot until she's needed. Like, and it's just like, dang. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Scott Loesel said spoiler alert. Sorry, we said spoiler alert in the last one last week. So yes, this is still spoiler territory. Easy. Yeah, leave if you don't want them. But you probably already left, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely spoiler alerts all through here because we are comparing the new movie to the originals.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like both Silver Surfers kind of got played for like, especially what's funny is I feel like what might be a lit. Dang, I don't even know which way to place this because I feel like they had more time in the first movie, like with the original movies with the Silver Surfer, because I'm like, they spent a lot of time on this wedding that definitely didn't matter for superheroes. I'm like, all of that time could have been spent exploring the Silver Surfer story. But in the second one, I'm kind of like, I still feel like there was space. There was time for the Silver Surfer to just be present and actually fighting along with them. That actually just would have helped the
I
argument.
was hoping, I was hoping that was going to be a thing. Like, I was waiting, like, even so, okay, so we went and saw the new one in theaters. And so it's like, okay, we see the Silver Surfer. And I know we felt like that already with the Silver Surfer, where it was like, man, at the very end, when Johnny is about to, attack Galactus or push him through the portal, and the Silver Surfer, takes over and basically does it, the female representation of the Silver Surfer. And yeah, we were like, man, if she would have stepped in a little earlier, like that would have been cool. So when I went back and we watched the originals, it was like, okay, like, and it was how he was built, you know, like how he
I
looked.
know.
Like I was waiting, I was waiting for him to do some damage, like especially after he got caught. I feel like after he got caught in the he was in that lab or whatever you call it, and we was just kind of
Yeah.
constrained. I was waiting for him to do some stuff, or like to see even after that when they got out and he got back on his board. It's like he just went back to fight Galactus. I
Yeah.
was waiting for him to do something like exciting. Like, I mean, I guess that's a big deal,
I
but
think
still.
I think both suffered from different issues, though. Like I felt like the Silver Surfer got on board at the right time, but the
Literally got on board.
yeah, right. Oh my gosh. But yeah, but I'm like, they had a worse villain in that movie. You know what I mean? Like the Fantastic Four do fight crime. You know what I mean? Like they're not fighting galactic threats. So it's like they're not equipped to fight Galactus. So the answer was to get Silver Surfer, who's a galactic threat,
That
and
makes
go
sense.
solve the problem. It's like, cool, that works. Which, but it's like the Silver Surfer doesn't get a lot of time because Galactic is just, he's just a tornado basically in that movie.
Right. It's like, how can you even show a fight happen?
Yeah. But I'm like, but in this movie, the Silver Surfer is the same person who learns the lesson at about the same time in the movie, except the Fantastic Four is fighting a real person that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
And it's like the opportunity really only existed in the second movie because there's nobody to fight in the first movie, like except a tornado that's about to eat the planet. So if the Silver Surfer can't do it, no one can, you know, in the first movie. And it's like, well, cool. That solved the movie. I'm glad that people cared for his well-being so that the solution would solve the problem. But in the second movie, it's like Galactus is an actual objective person that's just big. How do we fight him? And it's like, that would have been cool to see the Fantastic Four plus the Surfer actually going in.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, and even use the baby early. I'm like, the baby infinite power. That's
They
a
never
nice.
even had the baby in the new one or
Huh?
the original.
Yeah, they didn't have the baby yet. So I'm like, that makes sense to me though, that they're just like I don't know why the Fantastic Four keeps using, and maybe I need to read the comics more. I don't understand why they keep using Galactus. Like,
Is there no other villain? Well, wait.
There's Doctor Doom.
Yeah, where did he go? Where happened to him?
Yeah, we got to talk about him in a second. But I'm just like, Galactus is out of their weight class. Like, that's not their fight. You know what I mean? Like,
That's why the Silver Surfer did it twice.
right. He needs, like, but I'm like, because it's one of those things where I'm like, just thinking of Avengers, I'm like, Thanos is not stronger than Galactus. Just, he's not a planet eater. You know what I mean? And it's like, it took two separate Avengers teams to lose. Like, and then they needed another movie to solve the problem. Like, that's what we're talking
teams
about.
to lose.
I'm like, for real though. I'm like, that's what we're talking about in power scaling. So it's like we're talking about the Fantastic Four winning in one try twice with only the Silver Surfer. You know, it's like, I don't know why. It's almost
How
like
do you think they missed that?
Huh?
How do you think they missed that? If this is like it seems like the weight classes are off. How do you think that happened?
I don't know. Because Doctor Doom is a villain for the Fantastic Four. I don't know why Galactus keeps becoming a problem for them, but like, I don't know if the comic books maybe have them fighting them often, or maybe there's a collaboration that we're just not seeing. But I'm like, they do not. There's no way to write them out of this problem without like, yeah, like to me, I'm like, Reed Richards is stressed out twice. I feel like he's mad as a character. He's like, I don't know why Galactus keeps coming to this planet.
Right.
I don't know how to solve this. Like, and I'm just like, if the Silver Surfer is not a morally neutral person, they don't win like twice. Like he's the plot answer, you know. So to me, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know why they keep bringing Galactus as a threat. Like bring someone that is dangerous, but not on that level. Because Planet Eater is a big statement. Like there's, you know what I mean? Like there's still nukes. I don't know if the Fantastic Four can handle nukes that could just blow up America. You know what I mean? Like force fields don't fix that. Like stretching definitely doesn't. And the thing,
Stretching.
like the Human Torch might set it off early. Like radiation's the thing. I'm like, I don't know.
I
They're
feel like
so
they
far
learned
out
their
of their
powers.
league.
They learned their powers really quickly. Like when I actually look at their origin story, I feel like, well, to be fair, I feel like they did a good job at like, which is what I really enjoyed about the originals. I feel like they did a good job at like showing how they slid slowly into their superhero calling. Like they didn't like just get their DNA altered and then they were just like, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like to see them like struggle, like when Sue Storm, like when she caught on fire, when her and Johnny exchanged powers, and it
Oh
wasn't like
yeah.
she just had the power. It was like she was freaking out, floating, didn't know what was going on. But even when they had first started transforming, it's like, okay, they showed them like merge into that. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I like that they did that, but I don't know. I feel like yeah, like because that's the case, it makes you look at things like Galactus and it's like, okay, did they like yeah, they shouldn't know how to fight that level of a being,
Yeah. Like
like
that's
they
how I
they're
feel. I'm like they're equipped. They are literally equipped for like Batman level threats. I'm like if you need to sneak into a building, then Sue Storm
yeah.
is a really good person. Like if you need to fight like armored issues, you know what I mean, like thugs or something like that with guns. I'm like, oh, the Thing can handle that. If you need to chase down a cop car or something that's being stolen, the Human Torch has you. And I'm like, and Mr. Fantastic is like known for having a useless power, but his brain is his
A
superpower.
useless power.
Like that is his thing. You know, outside of stretching every now and then where it's convenient, I'm just kind of like his power isn't a it's not a game changer. Like if Mr. Fantastic shows up as your reinforcements, you're kind of like, ah, we're still fighting. But and so I'm like,
Yeah.
that just matters. But I'm like, that is the level of fight that they're capable of as a team. And so when you start bringing planetary threats, not country, not state, planetary like threats, it's like this is when you pick up the phone and call the Avengers and say, hey, we're in over our heads. Me and Tony Stark need to talk about, a device while someone else, the Hulk and the Thing fight together or something. But yeah, I'm just like, this felt like an Avengers level threat that got solved by 4 people. And I think the writers had to feel like that at some point. They were like, man, it really would be nice to have Thor right now. Like,
Right.
it's like, but we don't. We have nobody that's, you know what I mean? Like the muscle of the group breaks buildings down.
Man, so is the Fantastic Four like at the bottom of the food chain, like when it comes to the rest of the like a Thor?
I mean, none of them can keep up with like the level that anybody's on. Like comic books always kind of boost everybody up pretty bad. But yeah, like what they fight isn't what they're fighting apparently. So
Yeah.
yeah, I actually don't. I don't think they have any business hearing about Galactus and not calling their big brother. Like that's how I feel about it, though. But
Yeah. No,
and
I
even
mean, I'm still on the whole thing about like the Sue Storm, like in the new one, the fact that she was able to just what do you call it? Not console. What's the word? Um, confine. I don't know what the word is, but like she was able to control him to where he wasn't fighting back or anything, like within, all by herself. It's like, how was she able to do that by herself? Like, I still don't understand how that's able to happen. And for me, I'm still learning like because like I said, I'm late to the game. You know, like I'm learning about the Fantastic Four. Like seeing it in theaters, the new one was that was my introduction to the Fantastic Four. So I'm like, okay, how did they make it to where? Which makes me just want to go to watch all of the Marvel movies and stuff like that because I want to be able to have like the skill and the education to know like who is out of their weight class, like because I'm like, okay, if he is destroying planets, how in the world was this one lady given
Yeah.
her power? And then it makes me want to understand her power more because I'm like, how was she able to do that? And let me say this too. Somebody in the comments, Joshua, shout out to Joshua _ dummy dum. He said they've been, this is a tongue twister, they've been the Fantastic Four for 4 years. So, okay, that's a thought. Were 4 years passed for us? That was supposed to pass for, well, I guess so, because I did say they were older.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they got better, or they got stronger. Like in the 4 years, they learned, maybe Sue Storm. That's why she was able to defeat Galactus. Well, almost defeat him by pushing him through the thing because she got better at her powers.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where I'm like, that's just not her weight class, though. Like there are people like Miss Marvel, who else? Scarlet Witch, maybe. Say that again. Sorry about that. I don't know what I was saying. Fantastic Four years. But yeah, there's things that I'm just kind of like, there are people who are definitely capable of like, I could believe it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to measure what a planetary threat actually needs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, no, she needs to be putting out 4,222 kilowatts of force.
Not
like,
kilowatts.
I'm like, I don't know what the number is. I just know that she couldn't hold a Ferris wheel in the last movie. And I'm like, there's no way you've been in the gym long enough to push a
gym. She ain't doing nothing with her muscles. She is sitting here. What does she do?
I don't know how they work out. But I'm
know.
like, I guess what I think I know is like, I assume the Thing is the strongest person on the team. And I know that he got thrown into orbit. Like either the Thing is just a rock, or we have questions to ask about why she can push a planetary threat at all. Like I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't know how that moved. Like unless, because that would almost mean like, can she push Earth? Like I have questions. Like
I know it. Like if she, no, for real. It's like the math ain't mathing because if she can, okay, this is the math. If Galactus is a planet destroyer, which they showed that in the movie, he was destroying planets. I think that was Saturn. It looked like Saturn. That was just gone. So if he can destroy planets, and Sue Storm can destroy him, not destroy, but even push him to the degree that she was, then clearly or certainly she can push the Earth, which means when in the new movie, when Mr. Fantastic was, when he was trying to, transport the Earth to somewhere else, Sue Storm could have just did it.
She could have just pushed the Earth out.
She could have just pushed the Earth with her. What does she do? What is that force?
The force field thing.
Yeah. Okay. Just a force field. Okay. But yeah, I feel like she could have just did that at this point. Like, yeah.
I mean, they did need to teleport. Like I imagine, I don't know how Galactus.
Teleport, right?
Destroyers work, but I assume he has some kind of GPS system that could see it moving. But
not GPS.
But I'm like, if it teleports, that is a little more difficult. So
that's true. Yeah.
I get that part, but I am like, it's one of those things where I just think like, yeah, they just should have used Silver Surfer sooner.
Yeah, agreed.
Or the baby. If you're just gonna establish the baby has infinite power, then yeah, put the baby on her back and have her get a power boost or something. But But don't let
Wait, she
Sue fool you.
died?
Huh?
They put she died after pushing Galactus after a while? She died?
Yeah, she died, and then the baby brought her back to life. That's how that happened. But
Oh, I
she
thought
was
this
very-
was the
oh,
okay.
the conclusion. Nah. She like overexerted herself, and so
Yeah, no, I remember that in the movie, but I thought maybe this was something in the comics that maybe happened that I didn't know about.
oh
Like, what?
no. She definitely like they definitely didn't cheapen it in the sense of like, oh yeah, she pushed to her limit. I just don't even think her limit. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, if a 5-year-old tries to push me to the limit, and maybe even to the point where the child passes out or dies, I'm like, I'm not moving. Like this is still a 5-year-old. Like the maximum amount of strength they have should
Yeah.
equal maybe me leaning forward. But I'm like, let's just say they push to their limit and then I decide to try.
Mm-hmm.
That should be enough to overwhelm them. And then I still have the ability to push to my limit. Like I'm like, there's so many gears that Galactus should have had left
Yeah.
if he decided to walk on a planet that he could have eaten. I'm just kind of like, oh no, yeah. There's a part of me that, like, yeah. They boosted her stats a little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah. I mean, as far as the movie goes, though, I actually don't have an issue with the movie. I just thought like, yeah,
Yeah.
they should have brought the Silver Surfer in a little sooner as an assist to who Galactus is. Like his name's Galactus. That means he's not
Yeah,
even
it sound yeah.
he's a galactic threat.
Mm-mm.
Like by definition, he should be.
Look, I want to know what everybody thinks that is watching this video. So if you are watching this live, if you can, if it's not too much, put a 1 in the chat if you liked the original Fantastic Four better, or put a 2 in the chat if you liked the one that just hit theaters recently better. I want to know, anyone who wants to participate, I want to know which one y'all thought was better. And if you haven't seen it, then still participate on which one you just think. If you have any limited information, any knowledge of it, like what do you think was just better? So put a 1 for the original, put a 2 for the one that just hit theaters. Here we go. We got a 2.
Hey, we got a 2.
Shout out to AJ 2003. I like seeing 2003. That just makes me feel like you was born in the 90s.
Does it? It makes me feel like he was born in 2003. That's a viable option now. He's old.
I mean, honestly, that's true. Okay, somebody put a 2. Okay. People are liking the new one.
Right.
Feel free to participate. All you gotta do is type a 1 or a 2. Which one did you like better out of the Fantastic Four? They put 4.
4. That
What?
means he's a 2 twice. Fantastic Four. That's what that was. He's just.
I guess that's what that means. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we got 2 votes for 2s. Does anybody think that the original was actually better? We haven't gotten any ones yet. I guess we shall see. Wait, what do you think? Do you think the original or this one was better?
If I'm not just counting Johnny, that is tough.
Yeah. No, as a whole, movies.
God dang it. Shoot, man. See,
The new one?
The benefit of being a host, I don't have to use a 2 or a 1. I can explain myself. I think 2. I think the new one has the better plot. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to answer this.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Nah, I'm stuck. I'm actually.
I'm stuck.
I think the new one is the better movie. If I just had to pick it with no bias whatsoever, and I was just watching 2 movies, the graphics, that's the benefit of the time, but they get it. The story was solid. The characters were solid. Yeah, like I'd have to give it to the new one, but I do think the old one, like, especially the first movie. I think the Silver Surfer movie from the old one was a little weaker. But yeah, Johnny Storm.
They said that's why I chose.
All right, hey, we're in the same boat. Like, I'm in here trying to explain myself
Right.
right now, man. But I'm
Stumbling.
like, the fact that the Thing gets a story.
I like
Human
the
Torch was
original.
my
I
favorite.
look. Hold on. I'm speaking for both of us. Sorry.
Ah,
I put a 1 in the chat.
hey.
Our channel has put a 1 in the chat.
Oh my goodness, you
Okay. But I don't know. I say that because I actually enjoyed, and like I said, I think I have a bias because I'm new to the whole Fantastic Four series, and I watched the one that just came out in theaters first, and then went back to watch the originals, and so I think I really appreciated seeing the storyline to meet the characters when they were normal first, and then to see them transform. So yeah, I think that just kind of hit me in a way that was like, okay, like I see the emotion of like their humanity and then them become superheroes and how they wrestled with that. And like it showed all of that, not just a typical superhero movie. Like it just felt more realistic. So anyway,
yeah,
that's why I chose.
Honestly, dang it. Yeah, no, I have to give it to 2 still. And it's because of 2 things. One is this Fantastic Four movie is a standalone movie, which is a statement. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
true.
have to see the first one to appreciate the second one, which is amazing. That's not easy to do. But not only is it a standalone movie, but if you saw the original, you can appreciate the new one more.
Yeah,
Because of the fact
yeah,
that the
for real.
characters grew off of themselves realistically. And I'm like, that's also not easy to do. So they made a solid movie that's a standalone that can compete with the original, and it respects the original in every conceivable way, including Galactus. Like, I'm like, they did do a better job of portraying him. So it just seems like they made the second movie from the original better.
Yeah.
Like, so much better that I actually do think it passes the first stuff. And not only that, but they cameoed Doctor Doom at the end, which means I'm like,
I don't even understand who he is. Like, where do they actually? Because okay, this is my thing. In the new one, they never showed who he was. They just, like you said, they brought him in at the end. In the original, I was like, okay, maybe we're gonna see who he is. And I was trying to understand who the guy that Jessica Alba was dating at the beginning. What was his name? Victor.
yeah,
I was trying to understand. I was like, is he? I was like, is he the robot? Like, I was trying to understand. First, okay, hold on. Where was the robot?
Where was the who are you talking about?
The little robot that they were in the new one, the robot that they were talking to, that was like their pet.
The VHS player, that thing?
He was not a VHS player. He was a whole AI. He was an
on
AI
wheels.
robot.
Oh,
He
that's
was-
what you meant when you said that?
He was the robot. Well, I'm new to the whole
look, I'm gonna
series.
let that one slide. But that's just
I'm new to the whole series, so I
thought-
didn't know if he was like a part of them, like he was a part, like he was a character. So he's not a character?
No, the robot was just an addition to the fact that they were in this like futuristic, Back to the Future looking world. And
Oh, I was expecting him.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, no, he's not a thing. I mean, he might be a thing, but he's not Doctor Doom. Like,
Okay. Then let's just get to Dr. Doom. I was waiting for them to show who the robot was, like in the early phases in the originals. But if he's not important, then okay. So Dr. Doom, they didn't show him in the in neither one. So I feel like,
wait, what do you mean neither one?
like they never showed him. Like in the one that just came out in theaters, they showed him at the end.
Right.
In the one that came out, in the original one, they didn't really show him either.
What? He was the villain. That is who Doctor Doom was. The guy that had the electric powers that blew a hole through his coworker and then proceeded to
Oh,
fight
that's him.
That is him.
Oh.
Because they made a movie about him. What do you mean he wasn't in it?
Oh,
They literally teamed up to stop this man.
oh. Who did I think he was?
The robot, apparently. You
Hush,
mistake the
hush.
Fantastic Four's main villain for like a Roomba. Like,
Oh, he's okay. I'm so moted.
oh snap! I didn't even notice what was happening.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then I have no questions.
Yeah, he's definitely in both. Like, but that's what I mean. They used Doctor Doom and they used Galactus and the Silver Surfers for the look-alike. The whole like that has been what they've used in all of the movies. But yeah, Doctor Doom is a problem, and he is their main villain, and he basically he's the kind of villain that the Fantastic Four can only beat with teamwork, because he got like the best deal out of all the powers you could get from the cosmic radiation.
Yeah.
You know, like he can control electricity, metal, and self-healing. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh well, Mr. Fantastic is rubber, Invisible Woman has force fields, the Human Torch is, well, he's just hot, I guess. But and then the Thing is a rock, so it's like they can work together and beat him, but they're not keeping up with him on their own.
Okay, this is kind of a slight transition, but when it comes to so going back to the original, when Mr. Fantastic made and created the what's it called, the little the contraption, I don't know, that can cause them to shift back to their original selves. I feel like they never fleshed that out. Like they never like talked about it, or they didn't at least give camera time to like having a conversation about like you know, like they didn't wrestle with, do we want to go back to our original selves? Like they kind of just showed like them commit to, you know, we got to be superheroes. Like I feel like they did that with the Rock guy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he has a whole machine that you can step into and go back to your normal selves. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could have gave more time to that, because they were human and regular their whole lives. So to go through this DNA, you know, alteration or whatever, you know, and then for him to invent that, because once he got caught by the who is the guy? What is his name? The villain?
Doom.
Yeah, once he got caught, once Mr. Fantastic in the original got caught by that guy, the Doom guy, you know, the Rock, he actually gets changed back to a normal person. But then, oh, shout out to Kerry Washington as well. I liked seeing her. Just, I love her as an actress. But she was in the original. But yeah, like he goes back to his normal self. And then Mr. Fantastic gets caught by the Dr. Doom guy. Or Dune or Doom?
Doom.
Doom. Okay. Dr. Doom. And so yeah, I don't know. I feel like, what do you think? Like, do you feel like they gave enough like screen time to that? Like, I feel like they never, especially because Sue Storm, the girl, Jessica Alba, like I feel like she kind of was in a space where she was like wanting a baby and a family and wanting to be normal, and I feel like they never revisited just even a wrestle with like, we could go back to our normal lives. Like the machine is created. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think what happened is it's the I think the problem is the movie split. Like in the first movie, they're making a machine to get the Thing or Ben back to normal. So no one else is really tripping. This is about Ben, and everyone else is kind of okay with their powers. Like they just kind of seem okay with it. It's not until the second movie where they start questioning, do we really want this lifestyle? But by that point, the machine is actually not in that movie. So I'm like, if this was like a TV series where it's like, we know the machine is made and it's always sitting there, they'd have to talk about that. But the machine's just not in the second movie. So it's not really an option to just conveniently say, yo, we could just be human again and end all this stuff. You know, like so
Yeah.
I just think it was a movie issue, not a like the movie's over by the first movie when Ben, who is the one in crisis, decides I want to be the thing to help my friends. By the second movie, they've just kind of been trying to get married for a while, but we don't really know how much time has even passed. And the Silver Surfer says your planet's about to get eaten. So it's this weird, sort of awkward, like, let's stay in the life, but let's also. Yeah, I don't think the second movie took the problem as seriously as the third movie, or the movie, or the original movie. Like, I think
Mm,
second movie is the weakest for sure out of everything. Like, yeah, because even the arguments in the second movie didn't seem as valid to me. Like, they were just kind of mad at Johnny Storm for stuff that wasn't his fault. He was. It
you
just
mean
felt.
the second? You mean the second original?
Yeah, the second original movie felt a little more
Yeah,
forced.
agreed. Yeah, yeah.
And
Hmm.
I just think what you just said is kind of one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, they did kind of forget that Reed apparently can just make a machine that would take their powers away. Like, I'm sure he didn't forget how to do that. so,
Right. That's yeah.
so yeah, there's certain things where
Well,
I'm
you
just
know
like,
what? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Okay. The Rock Man. What's his name?
the thing.
Okay. The thing.
The fact
I
that
feel like
you,
I
yeah,
was trying to remember something like formal in
yeah,
like the
the
thing.
bold, yeah.
Okay. So I feel like the woman Kerry Washington that he was dating in the original, where was she at? Why was he single in the later?
Well, I'm not sure if these are true sequels or not. I feel like they follow the patterns of the original, but I'm not convinced that they were just trying to make a sequel to the original. I
Okay.
think they're kind of following the comic book almost by like these are their character stories. So once they've been the Fantastic Four for a while, this is how they should act. But I don't know if they copied the original movie and tried to grow their characters or if they just grew the comic book characters, you know? So I don't know who is
Yeah.
and isn't dating who and how long relationships last or if someone died over the past 4 years and he just couldn't protect her, but he's like,
Mhm.
nope.
Well,
Like,
hopefully not. Jeez.
yeah, I literally don't know. But yeah, so it just feels like a spiritual sequel to me of saying, let's
Yeah.
do the second movie better than we did the first one. Like, but I don't know what they were actually committing to and what wasn't a thing. So yeah, don't have a clean answer for that
Okay. So you think they're gonna come out with another one? As far as the one that just came out in theaters, you think they're gonna make a part two?
I don't know. I don't know what Marvel. I'm scared of Marvel as a whole. Still, this movie has not fixed the wound that is the Marvel.
Yeah.
For me. So I'm like, yeah, this was a shot to go see a movie and enjoy myself rather than come out salty. Because yeah, the only thing I have a complaint about is pushing a galactic threat with a 110-pound lady who may or may not have been training the whole time, but definitely just gave birth. Um,
Yeah.
like that's one thing, but I'm like, besides that, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. So if they make a new movie, I think what I'm nervous about is whoever wrote this movie, I trust to write the next one. But if this person
Yeah.
has to make a collaboration with Doctor Strange now, or like Black Panther, or just any of the Marvel movies that have kind of flopped, I'm like, I'm nervous about writing good characters next to people who aren't good characters, or having to make a plot like that. Like, I'm like, that's not simple. So yeah, if they keep them in their own universe, I'm cool. But if they try to pull them into the Marvel universe, the MCU, then yeah, I will definitely be a little more nervous if yeah, She-Hulk is somehow in the next movie or something like that. Like, yeah, that would just be tough for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang, I was gonna ask you something. What was it? What was it? What was it? Uh, Man, I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to remember if it had something to do with the robot.
Good Lord.
Because I feel okay. It's funny coming in late because I'm like, I really thought that robot mattered. I thought that was something that was a part of them. But okay. I have to like detach from the robot.
Yeah, let them go, please.
Let them go. Oh man. Okay. Um, I want to see what the viewers think. If y'all can put your favorite character as far as who do you think, let's see. Let's do what we just did earlier. If you are still watching live and you have seen both, if you have seen both the new one and the originals, let's go one character at a time. So all you got to do is vote 4 times, only 4. Okay, 4 times. When it comes to Sue Storm, put a 1 in the chat. So the number 1 will always represent the original movie. A 2 will always represent the one that just hit theaters. Which character do you think did better? A 1 for Sue Storm in the original, which is Jessica Alba, or a 2 for the new lady. A 1 in the chat for the old original Fantastic Four, or a 2 for the new Sue Storm. Let's do it for all of them. So we did Sue Storm. How do y'all feel about Johnny, the Human Torch? A 1 in the chat for the original, a 2 for the updated Human Torch. How do y'all feel about the Rockman? What's his name?
A thing.
The Thing. Okay. I keep forgetting. When it comes to The Thing, do you feel like the original was better or the updated version was better? And last but not least, we have Mr. Fantastic. Do you feel like the original actor was better or the updated new actor was better? Just want to see what y'all think. We are sharing our thoughts, but I want to see, y'all are investing your time as well watching this, and clearly there is an interest. Either y'all have seen these movies, you guys are interested in these movies. I want to see what y'all think, just to contribute to the conversation. Who has done a better job? Okay, so if people participate, then yeah, we'll be able to see what people think. But yeah, do you have anything else? Are we missing anything as far as doing a comparison and a contrast? Do you feel like we're missing anything that we haven't touched on yet?
Nah, I mean, unless maybe the plot itself. But I honestly, we broke down the plot in the last one, so yeah. Nah, I think we're actually good. Yeah, I think both are addressed and good.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything else either. So, okay, I think we have sufficiently broke down the original Fantastic Four to the new Fantastic Four that has hit theaters, and we did a compare and contrast of all of the characters. If y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, anything that maybe we did not touch on, something that we did not bring up or address that you think is worth bringing up, then the conversation does not end here. You guys can always put your thoughts in the chat, comment underneath this video, even once the live is over. You can still comment and share your thoughts. We will be covering more of the Fantastic Four. We still need to watch the one with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
So honestly, we need to do a whole nother live on that alone. Like, yeah, that's
Curious
definitely
how I feel
something.
about it, but yeah, let's see.
Honestly, yeah, we need to. So for
Yeah,
sure, y'all stay tuned. That will be coming up because we haven't brought that up, and since we've covered the new one and the originals, I want to actually watch that one because I haven't seen that one yet. So I
either.
want to watch that one and compare it to everything else that we've been talking about and just see where it lands.
Yeah, no, that'd be a good take. I'm curious, and yeah, that'll be good for the chat to have a 1, 2, and a 3 to see how we feel about
Oh,
rating
right.
everybody against everybody. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Okay, well, I don't have anything else. You got anything?
Nah, I think I'm good this time. I appreciate everybody coming out. It's been fun.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all for just tuning into the conversation. This is Rated R for Review. We cover different movies, TV shows, series, and we just, talk about it. And, we do a lot of spoiler alerts, a
Yeah,
lot of spoilers, I should say. But yeah, we just having a good time just tackling these movies. If y'all enjoy this, please subscribe, like this video, go back and watch all of our other videos and things that we've been covering. We've been covering Naked and Afraid, Squid Games, a variety of different things. So go ahead and check out our channel. And if we have nothing else, then yeah, I think that is a wrap.
all right, everybody. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
All right. Have a good night.
With the first pick in the NBA draft, the